Okay, how do we increase our speed on our serve? Okay, I've got a couple of tools with me today that will show you how you can increase your first serve and second serve speed. Basically, you need to create more loading, okay? And that would include the racket drop. By the racket drop, what I mean is when you come back to here, once you go from here, your racket's coming up to that trophy position, then you're going to drop the racket. Okay? From here to here, that's racket drop. Now, how much you can drop the racket is going to increase your loading and your racket head speed when you go to hit the ball. Now, what are the keys to this? Well, you need good technique, of course, and you need a very loose hitting shoulder. Okay, if your shoulder is not loose, you're not going to have adequate racket drop. So remember, it's right, you get to here, right there when that arm completely bends and it drops down behind your back. Now, once the racket starts to drop down, as it's dropping down, the shoulders are starting to turn towards the toss. So what would happen is, as soon as you start to drop it, the shoulders are opening up, going towards the ball, and the racket pulls out away from the body. Okay, but if the reason I like this racket is because this racket has some weight, and it helps me to loosen up the shoulder. It stretches out my shoulder a little bit. You know, as you get older, I'm 65 now, and my shoulder, you know, lots of years of serving, and I'm getting older, it's not as loose as it used to be. So, you know, loosening it up, you take a racket like this. I put some weight in here. I just taped it to the strings, and I put the cover on there. And I'm just letting the weight of the racket drop. I'm feeling that. So I'm just here and boom, just let the weight pull your racket back. Now you want to just keep going like this and loosen it up. You know, let your shoulder get nice and loose and let the weight of the racket just pull it down. Right there, that drop is what's going to give you more loading and more racket head speed at the moment of contact. Now, another thing I like to use is resistance bands. These things are awesome for loosening up the shoulder. You know, you can do this one. And I just like to breathe into this and let the shoulders go back. And you can also do this one. You know, stretches out all in here. Remember, if you want flexible joints, you want to eat right as well. A lot of fruits and vegetables. Stay away from the heavy animal products. They're going to clog you up, and they not only get in your arteries, they get in your joints, and your joints get tight. So that's another thing you can do. But stretching is key. You've got to stretch, use the resistance band, make a racket that has a little more weight. That racket weighs about 2 pounds. So, you know, typical racket is anywhere from 10 to 12 ounces, 13 ounces maybe. And so it's, you know, got a good pound, a little more than a pound extra, and that's enough weight to just let that racket drop at that point. So that's the key. Get more racket drop, and you're going to get more speed on your serve. Okay, there's the low point of my racket drop. Not too bad for a 65-year-old, but I really need to improve this. So I'm going to do the stretching with the resistance band and use the heavy racket
to stretch out my shoulder. See, if I could get a little further with this, a more drop, you're getting more loading and you're going to get more speed.
If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe so you'll get all my future videos as well. And any questions or comments, please post them below. I'd love to answer and get back to you. All right, have a great one. Take care.